We are the nerds. We are the nerds of the apocalypse.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it's time for. It's time for those video game news outlet stuff. I'm, of course, Trex, and alongside me is Stevie. What?
B, damn it. Look, okay, so all of you have gotten stuck on me making this, like, this Stevie Weeb Twitch channel, okay? This is ridiculous. I might go grab it just in case. But this is ridiculous, okay? It's ridiculous. I am Stevie B.
That's right. Our bot for the channel is Stevie Weeb. Don't worry. We do.
And Arwen's here, and of course, she is Arwen.
And she is.
That's right.
We do it out of love. You know that.
Yeah, I know. We have a good time here.
Yeah. Stevie B a weeb. We'll make him out to be. You know, that probably isn't, like, not a bad thing to try and do, is to get you to actually sit through, do a video series, and get your thoughts on, like, maybe a couple of animes. Maybe not like a whole series. Well, I mean, a whole series is like 20 episodes. But
that's a lot! That's a lot of time!
That's not a lot of time. It's 30 minutes. It's like 20-minute episodes.
That is...
It's not Dragon Ball Z, for God's sakes, okay? It's not One Piece. Like it's not Naruto.
8 hours-ish.
You could knock that. You could knock that out in a good Sunday. If you got time to watch American Horror Story, you got time to watch like 2 or even 2.5 anime shows. Okay.
I mean, American Horror Story is good.
It is good.
I'm on the Witch one.
You can call it by its name.
The American Horror Story season 3.
No. It has a name. You will respect those witches and say their name.
The witches are back.
No, goddammit, it's the Coven.
The Coven? Oh, right. The Coven. Not to be confused with the Oven.
Well.
Stop. Okay, anyway. Rat Prime says Final Fantasy Unlimited. Is there an anime about Final Fantasy?
See,
that does. This is my fancy. Let's just pretend this is my fancy, and here we are. We're tickling it. We're tickling my fancy.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Goku was half through his 8-episode Spirit Bomb.
I did watch the Final Fantasy 15 anime movie that they like released with the game. That was pretty good. I don't know if that counts. That was very anime-y. Yeah. I don't know.
But no, I think it'll be a good thing for the channel. We just get you to sit down and watch like maybe the first 5 episodes at least. Like try to get a good chunk of an anime and get your thoughts on it. But then of course you'll get hooked and you'll never stop. If anything, I will let Arwen choose the animes you watch.
Oh shit.
She's turned me on to some pretty good ones. Especially about a mom who plays an MMO with his son, and she has a 2-hit multi-target AoE attack. It's a very weird show. Very weird show. Start him off with Log Horizon. I don't even watch Log Horizon. I was quickly turned off by like episode 2. I'm like, I'm bored. But anyways, how's your day been since the last time we spoke was Gamescom?
Yesterday. It's been fine. I'm tired. I'm really tired. Your boy's tired. I haven't really done much except this weekend, you know, as we discussed yesterday, was full of a wiffle ball game with my daughter and then editing stuff from Soda City after you did it. So nothing too crazy has been going on. But Trex, as I DM'd you about, and I didn't tell him what it was, I just said I needed to do this. I do need to make her attraction, everybody, because I know, listen, I know I'm going to shock everybody by saying this, and I know, listen, I know this is going to be hard, really hard for some of you to hear. Okay. But just please sit down. Everybody sit down if you're not sitting. Embrace yourselves. This is going to be really hard for you to hear. Okay. But Stevie B actually can be wrong sometimes. Okay. I know. It's a hard concept to like for someone to comprehend. Okay. But I can be wrong sometimes. I know. Stop. I know. And I would like to make a retraction, okay? Because I believe it was last week you brought up a game that I kind of poo-pooed on.
Death Stranding?
Not really. No. No. Sorry. I didn't mean to make that fart noise. Yes, I did.
You should have made a pee noise.
Oh, yeah. Stop.
Okay, continue.
It's a game called No Man's Sky. Okay. Stevie B hasn't played it in about a year and a half. Okay, when they did
you weren't with Aurelius and I when we jumped back into it in the last update?
Right, but that was like a year ago. It's been a minute. That was like No Man's Sky next. Since then,
shit, has it been a year?
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, definitely. Okay. I watched a lot of stuff on YouTube about it today, and all the updates have been free that they've done,
which has been amazing.
And this newest update is also free, and the changes are significantly better. I do agree that it's not a game for everyone. Obviously, some people aren't into survival games, especially when you're combining a kind of a niche thing with survival and sci-fi. But I updated the game on Steam today because I watched these videos and I was like, I want to try this. This actually looks really good. I want to build my own base on my own planet.
Yeah.
So I poo-pooed a little bit on this new No Man's Sky update, and I would like to pee-peed on the No Man's Sky update, and I would like to retract that and not pee-pee on it. I would like to give it a chance, and I'm going to give it a chance. So there you go. That's it. That's my.
When do you want to give it a chance?
Oh, here the opportunist strikes again. I don't know. We'll have to discuss it off stream and then schedule a time and do it. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
I think that even
I will say it can't be this weekend.
Oh no! Like what do I have something going on? I got weekends are packed full of stuff.
Well, you have a kid now, and
I have 2 children,
and one of them just started school.
One of them just started school and is already more intelligent than I am, and one of them is just absolutely batshit crazy.
And that would be the son.
Yeah, he's fun, sweet, adorable, just crazy.
Not crazy.
So that's fine. So there you go. I'd just like to bring that back because I am kind of excited to try out the new update of No Man's Sky. Oh, because we didn't get the aquatic update. I watched a video and they showed these underwater bases being built, and I was like, that is dope AF. It was awesome.
That was in next.
It might have been, but we never went.
We never did. I know. Yeah, I remember I did it because I went down there to see how it was, but I didn't really venture too far in to actually make like an underwater base, like how I now really want to.
Epic, like I said, has become No Man's Skyrim. It's definitely not that. Okay, there is like a story mode and stuff like that, but it's not like Skyrim. It's a survival game at its core. It has a story, but it's not like Skyrim where like you go into a bunch of towns and pick up a bunch of quests and do that. This sounds bad. It's like you make your own fun. I don't mean that like in a bad way. I mean it's like
there's no linear progression. You can follow the linear story.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that they give you, and it will take you around, and then it will be within the galaxy that you are in. They've made the game much more. They made it much more involved, where you can actually play with friends, and be more group oriented about it. But it really is still a create your own adventure kind of ordeal, create your own story. They have a linear progression, they have a linear story you could follow, but it really brings out the RPers within us all, that we could actually do it and create our own stuff. And it's truly still an exploration game. I think I saw one tweet from Hello Games, and it was about a mom that she was. I have to see. Yeah, I really need to find that tweet. It was so goddamn beautiful. That his mom was a big Star Trek fan. All these years, big Star Trek fan, and then here we have this game, and it brought out all the space exploration feels. And Hello Games cried. I started to cry. I'm like, video games don't cause violence; they cause fucking love. And that was like such an impactful story to read, coming from Hello Games that he retweeted. And yeah, it was just great. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, here I'm reading it. It's like, thank you, Hello Games. In 1966, my mother was 13 years old, and Star Trek ensnared her from the start. All her life, she dreamt about other worlds and deep unknown that is space. Thanks to you, here's a shot of me and my 67-year-old mother exploring brave new worlds, mother and son together. Dude, like, what? I wish I could play with my mom like that. Like, I wish I could play with any of my parents. Like, hey man, let's go play. Hey, you're a Star Trek fan. Let's do a game together, and just go out there and just fucking fly.
I could never get my. I wish I could get my dad to do that. Armin said yes, Stevie B. Love. Hey, I'm full of love. All right, I'm full of love. Okay, don't forget that.
We forgot. But yeah. No Man's Sky, it is still kind of, it's a weird game, and you kind of really do have to create your own story, but you could also follow the story that it gives you. And I started following it a little bit during the next series, when that update came out, and it was kind of fun, but I was still really focusing on trying to build my own base. And the base could have been a little bit easier, but I also didn't give it the true time that it deserved to get it actually working. But I mean, hey, I have 4 walls. I could say that I have 4 walls and a door.
It is a bit complicated, but it's one of those things you'll catch on quick. Rap Prime said Final Fantasy is a series like that on Netflix about a father and son playing 14. Oh, I don't know. Yep. Link the name to it, Rap. I'll check it out. That sounds. I mean, it sounds cool.
Really?
Like
you've never heard of that?
No, I guess not. No.
You missed out.
Yeah, I'd like to watch that. I like to watch that. So nothing else crazy. I don't think. I got no. These I missed. You guys, I had everything perfect, and for some reason, I shared a post today with a broken link, and I was disappointed with myself. I fixed it within an hour or so I don't know how many people really noticed, but I was like, damn you. And it was okay, so it wasn't a broken link. It was a YouTube video that I scheduled to set to public, but I guess messed up when I saved it. Didn't actually, so I had to go in and make it public. But it's still, I felt defeated. But it's fixed now, and that's on the Mike Rucker panel. So check that out when you can. That's a good one. Can't really see him the whole time, but it's a good one.
Yeah, I'm definitely grabbing volunteers for next year.
Oh yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, we have. Oh man, I didn't really get to enjoy the con that much, to be honest. Like that was frustrating for me. There was one point on Sunday where I just ghosted everybody. I was just like, all right, I'm leaving, and like I was gone for like an hour.
I mean,
and I played. Go ahead.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, they had a game room set up right for free for people to play, like a bunch of consoles, a bunch of different games, and it was really cool. And they had one of the consoles was Battlefront 2. Someone was playing on the Xbox, and I was like, it's one of the only games that I'm like ever been really good at. Not the current Battlefront 2, but like the older one. The current Battlefront 2, I'm okay. Like I'm not. But Showtime used to get pissed. It got to the point where Showtime was like, I'm only playing co-op with you. I will never play against you. And so I was like, let's see if Stevie B still got it. And Stevie B still had it. I'll just say that.
So proud of you. Yeah, I didn't really do anything much at the con besides just my panels and be at the table and then just run around everywhere else. I went to the dealer room one time just to find a guest, and that was it. That's all I did. Didn't get to go shopping, which I'm kind of sad and glad at the same time.
I wish I hadn't walked around the first day, an hour before the con, and found that copy of Biohazard 2. But I did, so I bought it. Meow. Okay.
Buyer's remorse.
It's not really. I mean, it's about. I didn't like get a deal. It's pretty much what the price is on eBay if I bought it on eBay, but it's still cool.
Okay.
Anyway, so before we jump into new releases, this is the part where I tell all the people that are on YouTube that you can actually come join us live and join on the chat live every Tuesday night at 9:30 at twitch.tv/nerdsoftheapoch. We will be live at 9:30. I can't promise that we'll be talking at 9:30, but give us a few minutes and then we'll start talking, okay? Sometimes we have to prep ourselves, okay? We gotta make ourselves look pretty. We'll be live and ready to go, and you can talk amongst yourselves, and then we're live and we're talking video games. So it's a good time. You can be like all the rest of the guys. Pretty much, I've noticed that they just troll Stevie B. As I look down at the chat, I'm like, oh, okay. So you could come. Really, it's an invite to come troll Stevie B live on Twitch. So there you go. Twitch.tv/nerdsoftheapoch. Come hang out with us on Saturday nights. All right, Saturday night on Tuesday nights. You can't edit anything out when you're live either. So there you go. Ha ha.
Yeah. What's next? New releases. And for our new releases of the week, and remember, ladies and gentlemen, all week long, it's Gamescom 2019 in Cologne, Germany. And that's not a German accent. That was more of.
I don't know. Look, dude, I wasn't gonna judge you.
Yeah. There's a war that happened. So a lot of videos are coming out this week, showing off new games that will be coming out soon, or within a year or 2 years, whichever comes first. But coming out this week, Hotline Miami Collection on the Switch came out on the 19th of August. Super Hot coming out on the Switch on 19th of August. Vigor, the official launch, Xbox One on August 19th. Erica on PS4 on August 19th. The Cycle, early access on PC, August 20th. Remnant from the Ashes, PC, PS4, and Xbox One, August 20th. That game finally released today. Hunt Showdown, the official launch, PC and Xbox One, August 20th. Rad on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch. I'm pretty sure that is a Devolver Digital game, if I remember correctly. Coming out on August 20th. Undermine, coming out Steam Early Access on PC, August 20th. Invert, coming out on the Switch on August 20th. Songs of Skydell, Steam Early Access on PC, August 21st. Oninaki, coming out on PC, PS4, and the Switch on August 22nd. Gears Pop, coming out on PC, Android, and iOS. That's right, it's the Funko Pop, but Gears on your mobile devices and PC on August 22nd. Black Desert Remaster on PS4, coming out on August 22nd, because Dead Games deserve a new release on a new platform. Whipsy and the Lost Atlas coming on coming out on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch August 22nd. Life is Strange 2 Episode 4, I think that's the trailer that we saw during Gamescom opening night, coming out on PC, PS4, Xbox One on August 22nd. And Mabel and the Wood on PC, Xbox 23rd, and Telling Lies coming out on PC and iOS on August 23rd.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
No.
Okay.
But I have to say, Black Desert is picking up a little bit, has been picking up some traction that, PS4 players love having, console players in general love having a new MMO to play. And I hope folks enjoy Black Desert Online. It has definitely changed from when it first released. And I think the remaster is doing pretty well. The combat system is awesome. I'm told it's awesome. The PvP is very active. And, their marketplace. Good luck.
I don't know.
It does remind me that that Caravan Stories is on PS4 now, another MMO. that I really been meaning to try. I've been meaning to actually try that out. But I have responsibilities as DCO's #1 streamer, so
I mean, you're not wrong.
Wish I streamed during the day. Nah, I love my job.
Oh boy, that fucking came over your head though, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Oop, there you go. All right, let's head over to the news.
Let's get raw into the news.
Dude, we're gonna get in so much trouble. Stop that.
Fuck Keemstar.
He's the one that broke all the news about Twitch being bad.
I know, dude.
That dude's probably just now the #1 savior. He's probably now on Mixer eating it up. By the way, be sure to check us out at mixer.com/nerds. No, I'm just joking.
Oh my god, stop it. It's our announcement. We're going to be streaming on Mixer exclusively. Just kidding. JK.
All right, so first bit of piece of news, and once again, I want to thank everyone over at Nerds of the Apocalypse on the Discord for sharing some news that they found was newsworthy. Sadly enough, we didn't get to use everything.
We have to do.
You didn't have to say that fucking out loud.
Oh, sorry.
If they just giving a shout out, a lot of this we could have done. Now you just said that we all crowdsourced this shit. Now we're showing us lazy.
It's fine.
It's bad enough we're all doing secondhand news.
We added a couple of things ourselves. It's okay. Maybe one thing.
That's a bit of one. So first up, coming from PC Gamer from Samuel Horty, Apex Legends producer calls players asshats and dicks in heated Reddit thread.
Like, dude, I LOL'd a lot. Like, it's funny because it's true, but as a producer, you shouldn't say it.
It was a bad time, guys. It was a bad time.
Like,
so what happened was, so they came out with this Iron Crown collection event, and according to the community, it's missed its mark, has descended into recommendations and more debate about the relationship between developers and fans. The thread, which announced changes to the way players obtain legendary skins during the event, attracted comments from individual Respawn developers, including executive producer Drew McCoy. In the course of the discussion, McCoy called players asshats and dicks and lamented toxicity in the community. Wait, hold on, what's that? Let's go to the thread. Didn't even go to the thread. It just took us to like a Google, just Google threads of everybody else talking about. Here it is. It's like the first thing. No, Google, I'm not talking about you. Damn Google assistants. Okay, so yeah, so the developers made this entire thing about the update on the thread and how everything works. I don't know much about it, so it I'm even looking at the comments from the sticky comments thanks to the Apex bot. And let's see if there's anything juicy. No, I'm just joking.
Thank you. Oh wow. Thank you, Apex bot.
But you can definitely take a look at that. So in one comment from Drew, I've been in the industry long enough to remember when players weren't complete assets to developers, and it was pretty neat. I forged a bunch of long-lasting relationships from back then. Would be awesome to get back there and not engaging with toxic people or asking how high when a mob screams jump is hopefully a start. In a reply to a user who called the devs money-grabbing fucks, McCoy said,
Sorry.
Hey everyone, found the dick I was talking about. Later in discussion, he said, I think technically I was calling gamers dicks. I don't know. I had a spicy lunch. Feeling it.
Okay, so like, it's like, this is funny if you're not okay. You can't. This is the equivalent of like working at Best Buy and dealing with the "I want to speak to your manager" woman, and
Karen.
just like being like, "Go to hell, bitch!" Like, like you really, really want to, but you shouldn't. Like, that's what it's. I don't know. It just makes me laugh so much.
And then, of course, community manager Jay Frechette came to McCoy's defense when fans jumped on when the comments point out that players had slung personal insults at the team. Oh shit! Even the community manager jumped into it. So it's fine for you all to call us liars, full of shit, and other personal attacks when we communicate an apology, an update to the event, but we're immature when we call people out on it. Got it. Fuck. Look, I gotta say, as a person who has seen a lot of hate to the even to Daybreak developers, to No Man's Sky developers, like I've seen there's a lot of hate out there, and understandable. That's your feedback, understood. Wow, never really seen developers, or at least into my mind, remember just coming out on fire like this.
Yeah, no. Epic Lurker says sometimes you really, really should. Like, you know,
he's chaotic. Now he's chaotic evil.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, the problem is that okay. So you want to deal with these people on Reddit. Like, the people on Reddit aren't the people you want to deal with, right? Like, they're not the people you want to deal with. This is why community managers exist, right?
They do. They do.
Like, that's the whole point. Okay, like that's why. Okay, yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Like, there's a young lady that's Capcom's aRE. What did I just say? My brain's not working. Community manager, right? And so she's got to deal with a lot of BS, and I always am very impressed by her tact. And really, she just pretty much ignores the BS and answers the people who are being positive. And I don't mean positive like there's a difference between going, I don't like this about the game. Can it be changed or will it be changed?
She's replying to the constructive feedback.
Right. Not the you guys are fucking ass back. You know, like
the blatant trolls and immature folks.
And when you're on Reddit, that's a good bit of people that are like that. So I don't know. I think you should have been prepped and ready when you went on Reddit like that. Like, I'm not saying don't do an AMA. I'm just saying get ready to get trolled hard when you're doing AMA on Reddit.
So the players were not happy on how the Iron Crown event was going on, and so Apex Legends Respawn creators and Respawn Entertainment created this Reddit post about the details on how they're going to change it to improve it for the player base because they listened to the feedback. But even then, the player base still didn't like the changes and had more feedback to go into it. And, of course, it kind of blew up into this. Whether the developers were right or wrong in the situation probably depends on the person on how the reader has to feel about it. And even probably the poster who is being replied to. I can say now that, again, we've seen some community managers really be doing their job and even then, like with your person from Resident Evil, they respond to the constructive feedback. But then when the other people are seeing they're getting replies but not themselves, then they say, oh, now we're favoriting people. Now you're going to favorite this person and answer them and not me. And it just screws in more of the toxicity. And, of course, that's going to mean more you're not going to be listened to. You're just not. If you want to leave constructive feedback for anyone out there, calling the developers idiots is not going to help your case. If anything, it's just going to really get ignored.
You can't openly insult. Like, I don't know why people think that's going to get them anywhere. Like, you're an idiot. It's like, well, we don't like this. You should do it differently because we don't like this. Like, that's a proper way of handling it. Like, as compared to being like. When does verbally, personally attacking anybody ever get really anybody anywhere?
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a game developer or not. Like, it's just stupid. Should they have responded? I'm on the fence about it, man, because you know me. I'm like, I teeter-totter on my stances a lot with stuff like this because I do think like they shouldn't get talked to like they're pieces of trash, but I also think that like the people that talk to them like that aren't really worth a response whatsoever. But like it's hard, man. It's got to be hard because I'm sure they're not the only people. Obviously, not the people they respond aren't the only ones like berating them. I'm sure they're getting like viciously berated. You know, like they're getting a bunch of positive feedback, but also getting a bunch of negative, and it's just it's got to be a difficult thing to deal with.
Yeah,
but you're also asking. Sorry, you're also asking for it though, and I don't mean that in like you're on an AMA. Like, you got to prep yourself for that. Like when you're on a Reddit AMA, you've got to know that you're on Reddit, bro. Like people are going to be like that. It's just gonna happen. So I don't know.
Well, and even for me, it's because I replied to the DCO forums earlier today, and because they came out with some information, some new updates, and somebody had a question about it, and I'm like, and it was how it was structured that it seemed that one, he didn't read it, two, he was angry, and three, it was going to go down a negative path, whoever would have responded. So I bit the bullet and kind of responded, and in a professional way. And I'm honestly, and even when I hit enter and reply, I'm like, oh, I'm going to immediately regret this. And even if the person is being toxic, you kill them with kindness, guys. You kill them with fucking kindness. And as a person who has been called everything on the board, with my love for DCO and how I play it, like I know I'm a shill. I know I'm a shill, and I'm okay with it. It's the game. I know my job. I'm a promoter and content creator. That's what I know exactly what I'm doing, and just seeing everything across the board. It's like, oh, you're nothing but a kiss ass. It's like, okay, cool deal. It's like, well, I mean, if you want me to kiss your ass, I mean, I could just pucker up a little bit, say some kind words, maybe take me to dinner. You never know. I don't like sushi or seafood, but you know, I could go for a nice steak.
Well, and you know, to be fair, you know, I mean, mainly when I come to your stream, I'm trolling you, right? But
I know.
I do lurk you a lot. Like if I'm just like chilling, like I turn your, if I'm like BSing around, I turn your stream on. And to be fair, like when there's something that's not okay that they've done, you don't ignore it. You just bring it up in a not like fuck DCUO kind of way, in a
no,
they should really change this kind of way. Right? Like you know, I don't know. So
you can offer feedback, you can offer constructive feedback,
right.
And you can still
like
show that you're dislike about it without actually using horrible words in the English language that probably Americans created up. If anything, if you're gonna insult, at least do it the British insult. They're funny as hell, and I would laugh while I'm reading this negative feedback. I would love to see that. I want more British people to write negative feedback and use British terminology instead of like, you know, fuck and shit. Like, you know, put like bugger off. I'm like, oh, it's cute.
Pissed off, mate.
Yeah.
So you see that and you're like, oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so Flip said, are we going over Apex again? See, what I don't get is why do these devs give these people the time of day and get angry in text from when they don't even see people face to face? To be fair, I believe they were doing a Reddit AMA, so they asked for their feedback.
But it wasn't exactly an AMA. It was just basically a Q&A.
Right.
Basically, they heard the feedback from players. They produced this update, announced it, showing what the plan was, and they wanted the feedback. And as developers, your community manager is kind of the middleman. But sometimes the developers or producers will come in and explain why they're doing this. They'll explain it on their end, why the players want, what the players wanted, what the developers can do for it, and having producers, having the other developers answer is a good thing, but it's, to be fair, you gotta be careful on who you're replying to. As we saw, the asshats and dicks came into play.
That's right. And like, of course, your stuff's getting these because these same people that are talking shit to you are gonna be the same people that screenshot it and blast it everywhere as what happened. So it's weird.
So to end this out real fast,
okay.
Vince Zapanella, who is the CEO of Respawn, and apparently they're working on a VR project. Titanfall VR. So he posted this back on the 19th. He posted this yesterday. I was just recording. So on Friday, we gave Apex Legends an update on how we were changing the Iron Crown event. Some of the team then joined a discussion with our community on Reddit, and things got to a pretty bad place. Some of our folks crossed the line with their comments, and that's not how we want Respawn to be represented. I apologize to any of our fans that were offended. I will always stand behind the team here at Respawn and support them on speaking out against some of the toxic and nasty comments being directed at them, including everything from death threats to comments aimed at their family and loved ones. But we shouldn't contribute to it when we do comment and add to the very thing we want to prevent. We need to lead by example. Last week, we didn't do that, and going forward, we will be better. Having an open, healthy relationship with our community is incredibly important to all of us at Respawn. As developers, and I've seen it firsthand. I've had discussions with community managers and other developers. Developers are, and almost like police officers, they have to take the high road. They are human. They will make mistakes, but ultimately, they have to take the high road against the negativity, against the toxicity. And I hate for that to be the thing, that they are having the ones to be taking the high road to threats to death threats and threats to the family. It's like, that's crossing the line. That should never be a thing. But again, they have to take the high road. And it's sickening, but at the same time, we all have been in those situations. We have to take the high road in those situations and just walk away. We have to be the adult. We don't want to be. We want to reply to these motherfuckers making these death threats. How dare you? But no, we have to take the high road. We gotta be the bigger man or woman. It's 2019, and I thank Vince for saying that. And I really do hope that the Apex community, even other gaming communities, really read this and take it to heart. That understand Respawn will be better. They will do better. And honestly, they're human. I can't believe that I saw a developer say that, but at the same time, they're a human being. And these are things that even I'm thinking. But on a professional level, we shouldn't have to say it,
Nope.
I mean, I said, if I would have said that shit at my job, well,
same.
It's like, you suck at your job. Well, you suck at yours. And then I'm getting written up. It's like, but they said, it's like, it doesn't matter what they said. You should have taken the higher road. And it's like, God damn it, fine.
I know. Well, I guess I'll just go boop myself.
Yep. Next up, Nintendo is not exchanging old Switch malls for new ones. But indeed.
I think they were.
I think they were too.
And now that like it broke the web, they're like, no, dog, we just playing, dog. No, bro, nah.
Now, we're getting your money. We're getting that money.
They sent out the email there about it's like, fucking stop.
So the original report coming from Hypebeast was that so Nintendo Switch users, if you got your Nintendo Switch June 20th to now, you could have contacted Nintendo and they were going to switch out your Switch for the newer battery one coming out.
Switch to Switch.
I can't. Yeah, I didn't read his thesaurus when I was making this up. So, they change over the Switch. Fuck, this is gonna exchange the Switch. Exchange your Switch. Fucking yeah. Thanks, English. Shut up. I'm very proud of myself. I am a professional.
Obviously.
This is why I don't write. So they were exchanging the Switches for anyone that purchased it June 20th up until now for the new up-to-date battery that will be coming out in a couple of months? Or maybe next month?
No, it's already out. No, it's out.
It is out. Okay, it's out. Yeah, so
yes,
they're going to switch it out.
Yes. Yeah, it's a new Switch with a better processor, and I don't think the battery's different. I think the processor's better and uses less battery life, is what it is. And so people were like, "Hey, man, I just bought this fucking Switch 2 weeks ago, and you dickheads have released a new one." It's like, all right, we'll swap it out. And I think it got like out on the Reddits. You know what happens when you get out on the Reddits? Everybody finds out. So then everybody and their mom starts calling Nintendo, and I mean that legitimately. People probably had their moms call and are like, "Well, I need a new Switch. I need it. What the hell?" And so they're like, so now that they're broke, they're like, "No, we are not doing that." But I think they were doing that. There's so many people reported that they were able to make that happen, and I think.
And I honestly feel that was just that was Nintendo being very gracious with their customer service.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, it blew up into a thing. And according to here, Epic Lurker, switch the Switch for a newer Switch in the Switch to Switch program.
I got so much Switch in the Switch.
But coming from US Gamer Net, Nintendo made an official statement saying, "We do not have a Nintendo Switch exchange program. We always want players to enjoy their Nintendo Switch systems, and if anything ever gets in the way of that, we encourage them to visit the support.nintendo.com for support or contact our customer support team."
Well, that's also like a slight way of saying that, like, we don't have the program, but every once in a while we're making it happen.
Yeah. Now, of course, you're going to be that person, and they're not going to get a Switch, and here comes the negative feedback. They're going to go on Yelp, because apparently it's still a thing, and Nintendo's going to get blasted on Yelp.
This is horse shit!
Yep. So, there is no Nintendo Switch program.
You can't switch a Switch for the Switch to get a new Switch, okay?
But I will say, and I'm not sure if GameStop is still doing it, and we got a GameStop fucking news report later on.
Oh, boy.
And I really hate to even promote it because of what we're going to talk about, but it's still a thing. I think GameStop still has the offer where you can trade in your current Switch, and you're going to get like a 225 in-store credit, you can think, and you only have to pay $75 to get the new version of the Switch.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and again, I don't have a problem with my Switch, and the battery for me doesn't bother me much because I don't really need it, because I'm always near a place with a power supply. So, and it's only a USB-C connection. It's like, fuck, I got those cables in spades.
Right.
So, but if you switch it out, it's $75 by trade-in over at GameStop, and I think still that is a very awesome deal. And I'm not sure how long that deal is going to last.
And that being said, they're going to have massive stock of pre-owned Switches. So if you're looking for a deal on an older Switch, check back to GameStop in a couple weeks. They'll have plenty. Yeah. I felt like I should have said something after that, but like
I got nothing, man. I got nothing. We need to work on our segues and transitions.
That's right. Epic Lurker said GameStop is doing it for $75, which means it only costs them $5 to do it.
Bam.
There you go. That's a good transition. All right, what's next, buddy?
All right, next up, coming here from Forbes, which is still something, written by Paul Tassi. Anthem's lead producer is leaving BioWare after 8 years.
Bro, it is not looking good for Anthem, bro. Like, it is.
So Ben Irving, the lead producer of Anthem, is sticking around after the other producers Mark Dara and Mike Gamble moved on to Dragon Age 4, is leaving BioWare entirely after 8 years with the company to work on another unnamed developer. So, and the Cataclysm event, which is about a couple of weeks in, and Arwen seems to be having a really great time with it. I'm sorry, I really still want to jump in, but commitments, what am I going to do? What?
Nothing, no.
Okay.
You do have a commitment.
So Ben Irving, three-part tweet. So after 8 amazing years of BioWare, I have made the decision to move on and accept an exciting opportunity at another gaming company. Since the first time I played Baldur's Gate many, many years ago, BioWare was the dream place I always wanted to work. I will forever be grateful to all the people who gave me the chance to work on great products with amazing people. I believe Anthem has a bright future. There's a great team working on it, and I look forward to following its progress and playing it from the sidelines. So we had Mark Dara and Mike Gamble were the producers on on Anthem, and they were pushed over, or moved over rather, to Dragon Age 4 production, which is also nice to hear that Dragon Age 4 is happening. And too late now. God damn it, Raph. So, and even in this article, many fans are saying that they believe that this is the end of Anthem. But Irving has been as strong saying that they're going to continue on. And I don't know who the producer is now. I'm not sure if it's been announced, or if anyone does know, please give a shout out on Discord or something. But you're losing the brains. You know, you're losing a lot here in this game. And two of them are still in the company. This guy is moving out. So who's really taking the reins of Anthem? Who's going to guide it? Because we don't know anything of what's happening after this Cataclysm event. It's not even permanent. I don't even think it's permanent content. It's just an event, or at least the rewards are. So Anthem was already skating on. It was right there at dead, like basically just waiting for the dirt to come onto it. Oh. And then it came. It's poking its head out the grave a little bit. It's like, hey guys, I'm still here. Just relaxing a little bit. Thanks, Cataclysm. And now with Ben going away, I think someone's kicked one of the arms, like, get back in there. And it's really just hanging out by one arm, just like leaning on the graveyard. So I don't know. I'm a little worried because I hate to see Anthem really, falter like this, because it has a great system. It has great potential. But I don't know. Oh, actually, right here. My apologies. I should have kept reading. I'm an idiot. Irving says he's leaving things in the great hands of Jesse Anderson and Andrew Johnson. Not odd, because those guys aren't good. They're great. They're just community leads, not game directors. Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
Well, good luck, Anthem. Bye. So this was given to us, coming here from PC Gamer, coming from Luke Winkle. This is a very long article, but very well written and very engrossed. For MMO diehards, there's only one conversation. Is the genre dying or already dead? And we're talking about MMO RPGs.
Don't cry for me.
Argentina.
Already...
Oh. Wait,
I'm gonna see if you guys.
Where were you going?
Don't cry for me. I'm already dead. Yo, if you can tell me where that quote's from, without googling it, you win the stream tonight. You don't win anything. You just win the stream tonight.
Arwen's gonna Google.
I know. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear your thoughts on this, because you've been playing Final Fantasy 14 for a while now, and what else is your MMO background?
Okay, so my MMO background. You want to know what I played? Okay, so my first MMO, my first M and M. The very first MMO game I played was Star Wars Galaxies pre-content update. Okay, so Star Wars Galaxies when it was like good. And I gotta admit that I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I played it with Showtime, and he called me an Uber noob at one point. He was like, "Bro, you were an Uber noob." And I was like, "I'm pretty sure that's mean." I don't even think I knew what noob meant at the time. So I kind of got thrust in the deep end with MMOs. And then I played WoW. Everybody played WoW, right? Like,
no, you played WoW. I played WoW.
Everybody played WoW. I played WoW when everybody's playing WoW. Like, I played WoW at the time where like you could go to a random stranger and be like, "What do you play?" And like they'd be like, "Oh, fucking Warlock," you know, like. And then I started playing SWTOR. And then SWTOR, I played a little bit of ESO, not that much though at all, really.
We don't bring that up. We don't talk about that one.
Yeah, and I played a little bit of Guild Wars, Guild Wars 2, not very much. And then, I'm sorry. My very first MMO was actually, I forgot about this, was Final Fantasy 11. I played that in high school with a couple of high school buddies. And that was complicated to me too. I was, what's happening. But this whole thing about MMOs being dead, right? It's MMOs have changed. They've had to change their model because, and I think it has a lot to do with the mobile market, right? The mobile market does really well because the game's free, but you're buying stuff in the game. And so it's really hard for someone to buy a game and then to spend $15 a month. Like, you have to really be in the game. But if I'm playing it for free and I'm spending $5 here, $10 there, $5 here, you might be spending more than the damn thing, but you don't your subscription, but you don't feel that way, right? Like, I don't know. And so MMOs have kind of shifted into that model. That doesn't mean that like they're dead or dying. It just means that they've had to change their model and adapt to stay relevant. And look, I blew it up SWTOR the other day, man. I've currently played in the past 3 weeks SWTOR, DCUO, and Final Fantasy. 3. I haven't really played any other games besides those in the past 2 months. So MMOs are not dead, especially not for me. And 2 of those are free to play that I got downloaded for free, obviously, and 1 is a paid for one. And it just depends on what happens, So I don't think MMOs are dead in the slightest. I like where this article goes when it comes to defining what an MMO is. Things like Destiny, they kind of teeter-totter on that middle thing to where they're MMOs, but they're not really MMOs, right? Like, they're kind of. And what does this article describe them as?
They are hub-based games.
That's right, hub-based games. And that makes that. And we had this discussion prior to the stream. That is a great name for them. That fits that genre perfectly because there's a lot that are like that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of a new way to play, and it's a new kind of. It's not MMO because to me an MMO is I've made a character, and I made a character with a bunch of other people, and we're running around together in this open world, and everybody's together at once. Like, it's not instanced like the hub-based games are. Flip said, your mother is hub-based. I want to show you guys something I made the other day. Just give me real quick. So my kids were watching a TV show.
You're gonna play that fucking video.
I sure am. My kids were watching a TV show, and I was listening to it as I do with my kids when they watch stuff. I'm like, let me partake. My photo thing is messed up, and so something happened on the screen, and I was like, that's not true. All right, let me. I gotta switch to. Let me switch to the Discord and make sure. Okay. Make sure the light's not blinding it. Okay, here we go. It's, in case you can't see, it's a tiger and their play.
Yeah, my mom didn't come back.
That's right. She didn't come back, okay? So you're right. My mom is the hub world. Because she left, and I didn't get to go back to that hub for a long time. So thanks, Flip.
Wow. MMOs die when Marvel heroes die. Get off my lawn. God damn it, Epic.
Look, I actually got pissed when that happened. Because that was the first time that I've been affected by I put a fuck ton of money into this, and now it's just fucking gone. Oh, it was so irritating. Like, because I bought all kinds of characters in that shit, man. It was so irritating. So irritating. That, if you want to bring up a problem with MMOs, that's the fundamental problem. Is that if it can't sustain, it dies. And it's just gone forever. Like, I watched this YouTube video at work the other day, which is like top 15 dead MMOs. And it was just like so sad because the few that I played, I was like, damn, bro.
I bet Wildstar was on that list.
Yeah, we played WildStar. Did you play WildStar with us? Me, Showtime played. I don't know if you played with us or not.
Yeah,
I think you did.
I was a healer, and I hated every moment of it.
Yeah, I didn't like WildStar that much either. But to be fair, like WildStar, it wasn't a very good game, right? Like in general, the gameplay wasn't that good.
It got better. It did get better.
But it didn't get better fast enough. And like that's what happens with MMOs. Marvel Heroes, I don't know what happened. Now, I did think to myself, well, I haven't really played this that much. That's probably why it's dead. And I haven't spent money on it in a minute. But
it's your fault. It's your fault.
It's not subscription based though. So for a game like that, it's got to be hard to maintain, right? Like, I don't know, man. Like it was never. Yeah, you got to make it work. You got to figure something out, man. I don't know. How much are episode packs on DCO? I'm just curious.
The most early episodes are kind of like $5. There's one that's like only like $2. Well, we won't ever talk about that episode ever again. And then they normalize at $10, $9.99.
Well, see, that's not that crazy, right? Like, if you're like, the new content that's only cost me. I'm a free to player, and you think it's a little much? I don't know. I'm just trying to think about it. It's
not. It's just when you look at the scale of a $10 for the episode, you get all that content, and it's great. Sometimes you even spend that $10 for an episode you can't even get to yet, and that's also a problem, but that's a player thing. Players need to just be careful what they buy, but then you look at other items on the marketplace that are $10, like cosmetics. Like cosmetics are the same price, and we have one of the biggest things that happened on the marketplace was we had the Batman cowl. That was the Batman cowl, and it was placed on there for $20, and folks rioted over it. Which was like, fuck. But
it's like, see, that's rough for me, man, because it's like you're selling the Batman cowl. Like, if anything is going to be expensive on that marketplace, it's going to be the Batman cowl, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. It's like a catch-22, I guess. Because I don't know. Maybe you should give a discount to people who subscribe. I don't know.
Subscribers get a 10% discount, so it was only like $18 for me.
Okay, so I mean, it's I don't know, $20 is really expensive. Like, it's more than a month of it, like the subscription, right? Like, it's $15 a month.
It's $5 extra. I mean, that's the thing. It's with subscriber-based games, especially when it comes to the free-to-play games. You still have the subscriber option, but it also comes into the cosmetics where you're a little bit double-dipping by having a cash marketplace.
Right. But to be fair, most MMOs do that now. Like, I mean, they pretty much all. I mean, even fucking Final Fantasy has the MOG station, you know, and it's
exactly.
And that's pretty much all cosmetic, except for like the level skips and stuff like that. But that doesn't really count either.
Thanks.
Stuff.
But going back into this, so
yes,
so the MMO RPG genre, is it dead or has it already? Is it dying or has it already dead? The biggest topics from these are really coming from the Reddit of the subreddit for MMORPG. Alex here explains things, eulogizes. And these are some of the things that really actually are a problem with MMORPGs today. Everything feels too streamlined and similar to each other. You don't work for the game, so to speak. You do everything alone now until in-game. You fast travel everywhere now. You follow a quest marker to your destination. Some games will even let you auto-path to your destination now. I think that diminishes the sense of accomplishment when you actually get something done. It's games like EverQuest and World of Warcraft are games that came out in 2004 and prior, and they are the longest. They are still now the longest running MMOs still going on. It's amazing to see those games still going because they are not that model of what they do does not fit the gaming world of today, especially with that genre. They're still subscriber based. I think EverQuest might even be free to play, but it's still subscriber based. WoW is still heavily subscriber based. You can't even play it. You can play the game for until like level 20 for free, but you have to still subscribe. They have a trial. It's World of Warcraft back in the day was really about that accomplishment. We didn't have flying. We never even thought of flying until like maybe an expansion or two after. And flying was still kind of a journey. It's
Bro, you didn't even get a mount to like level 40, right? Was it 20 or 40 that you
all right,
got a
look,
mount?
fucking Paladins got their shit at like level 20. Everybody else got theirs at 40. So
that's right. I was like, man, you it took a long time to get a whore. I remember a whore. I didn't finish that horse.
Thank you.
Like I remember the sense of accomplishment when I just got the basic ass horse and WoW when I was playing that. I was like, fuck yes, giddy up. Like I don't know. I don't know.
So when it comes to MMOs now, and the one thing that really drew you in was the atmosphere. It was a living, breathing game. It was absorbing this entire city, all these other different players around you, and you really came into a lot of the group's sense that you need to join a league, you need to join a guild, and play with other like-minded players, and actually do things together. Nowadays, you do everything solo. So even if folks say that the single player game genre is dead, it's not. It's just now inside of an MMORPG when it wasn't supposed to be. So
I mean, think about SWTOR, right? Like SWTOR is essentially everybody's like, I want KOTOR 3. Essentially, there's like 8 versions of KOTOR 3. Like each class, it's its own like huge story with characters and like, and you can do that all the free to play model. Like you're gonna look stupid because if you don't pay anything, you can't change the color of your outfits or anything like that, so you don't look that good. But I mean, you can still play through all the story for free. You can do the level 1 through 50 content, which is all this, and like that game is fully voiced story. Like that's what its thing is, and still is. To be fair, it's like a lot of MMOs are doing voice now, but.
So one of the contributors, Fission Light, who is a frequent contributor over there, I'm going to read his quote. In the end, this genre has been gutted of everything that made it great in the first place. We've gone from living, breathing worlds filled with danger and mystery to paint by numbers, on the rails, and incredibly bland quest paths. There are no surprises in modern MMORPGs. No consequences. You simply lock your brain into a route and turn on Netflix. I mean, I can't argue that. I cannot argue that sense at all.
Well, to be fair, I've been doing that since I've been playing mMo'S, though. Like, I've always had something else to watch. But I get the point. Like, you can do that with a lot of games, though. Like, I don't know. It depends on what's happening. Like, I guess it just depends on what you're playing. Some games you can't, but
it's really just making it more into an auto pass, because and one of the things I love about World of Warcraft is the dungeon finder tool. You put up a dungeon, you're trying to look for a group, and the group automatically clicks, and you're good to go. You can even make a pre-made group. It's like, making a group for such and such boss, and then you click OK, and folks can search for that link, and you can immediately invite them. I love the dungeon tool, and it's even mentioned here in this article. But at the same time, there's the negative connotation to it, which is here. So with the dungeon tool finder, which will automatically scan the multiverse of servers and storage your character for a party, and you teleport to the instance dungeon. You no longer would have alliance players need to take the ridiculously long, dangerous journey across Horde territory to bang on the doors of Scarlet Monastery. Scarlet Monastery, for those who don't know, is in Horde territory. The flight path is in another goddamn area that you have to still cross that area to get to one area just to get to the Scarlet Monastery. The amount of ganking that happens from the Horde, and I lived in World of Warcraft on a PvP server. That's where I got my role. Fuck you, PvP. You don't know hell until you're in Stranglethorn trying to do Ernest Hemingway missions, and there are Horde players just right there. Oh, look at there. A new Fresh Alliance character. Oh, he's dead. Yeah. Sorry.
Bro.
Sorry.
I had a character on a PvP server and on a PvP server because I had a friend who was crazy about it. And I just remember like being on the PV server and getting like PTSD and like being like, oh god, there's a core. Oh wait, I'm good. Stranglethorn fucking Veil, man, like that. Oh man, that was the worst. But no, I get see. This is a good point. Dungeon finders, you know, are such a great feature, and now if you like put out an MMO without one, it's like, fuck is my dungeon? Get out of here, new MMO. And but it does take that away, right? But MMOs are never going to be like that again, man. They're just not.
They're
like,
not.
We've moved past.
You don't, because even for me, like I'm sitting in DCUO and I got the on duty queue, but it's not really moving. Especially, and it's only for instances. I have to do a world boss, and in World of Warcraft, I can just go dungeon tool, search. Oh, it's right there. Click. I'm in. I'm done. Well, on DCUO, I have to go and actually go into LFGs, like looking for group. Need to kill this boss. Don't get any responses. Just wait around for the boss to actually wait for folks to show up. And it's like I look at LFG, I look actually typing, and I'm at that point. I don't want to fucking type to you people. Just give me a box that I can click, and I'm done. And that is a terrible thing to say for a person who loves MMOs and loves the community and team building and the communication. Well, I really don't want to go into LFG and communicate. Just give me a goddamn box. But even moving on, it's the genre. I don't think is dead. I don't think it's dying. It's changing. One of the biggest things that are changing with it is we were introduced to Destiny, Warframe, Division 2, and Anthem. Like these, folks consider them MMOs. And even for Destiny, even for me, I treat it as an MMO. But, and I think it might have been R1 who's said it multiple times. I know Raph said it a lot of times about Destiny. Or no, it was Aaron, our friend Aaronus, that they're not MMOs. And even here, it's like they're MOs. They're multiplayer online, but they're not massive. And even this title, hub-based games, I'll even go with their MMO hubs. MMO hubs, I like that. Or hub-based MMOs. And you really don't see the massive until you're in these hubs, in these small cities, and there's the massive. There's the other players. And even those games are treated more into the single-player route. They are single player through the story. You're doing it by yourself. You're not with a group. You can do it with the group, but you're really in there for a single player story. And then when you get to in game, now you have to talk to people. If you're having to do it single player the entire time, and now all of a sudden at the in game, now you have to talk to people, and you weren't doing that before, it's gonna feel like a curmudgeon. It's gonna feel like feels forced. It's like, I don't want to party with you people. I just want to do it by myself.
You're gonna have a bad time.
I'm gonna have a bad time. But this really is how the games are. Well, and again, like I play DCUO. My MMO knowledge comes from World of Warcraft back in 2005. I was there for the Gates of AQ. I was there for the opening. Been there. I was in Molten Core. I was there for the Gates of AQ. Is basically when I started playing, and that's like the big event that I was part of. There for AQ. I was there as a hardcore raider for one of the top 10 guilds back in the day, and I've been playing MMOs since 2004. From World of Warcraft, I moved on to DCUO. I've been in Runes of Magic. I've been in Final Fantasy 14 for a little bit. I've been in SWTOR. I've had my fill in a lot of MMOs, but my wheelbase is in fact DCUO and World of Warcraft. But DCUO launched as a sub game. It was a subscription based game. It moved. It was not even a year. It was within its first year in 2011. Launched in January. Here comes I think it was September or November. They moved to free to play. They became a free to play game within their first year, and that was because they could not survive as a sub based game. Because at 2011, and I really feel that if you came out with a game, anything after 2005. Or even before, at least before 2009, 2010, you were not going to be a successful subscription-based MMO. If you were Final Fantasy 14, congratulations on that. But if you really needed to move to the free-to-play market, because that's where even during that time, a lot of games were coming free to play. And as Stevie B said, it was because of the mobile market. The mobile games were coming on iOS, were coming on Android hardcore, and that's where the player base was going. That's where free-to-play game MMORPGs like Runes of Magic, they were coming in. And even for Star Wars The Old Republic, I think they went free-to-play in their first year as well. And because that's just where the model was going. And it was still something new. It was new for an MMO at that time in 2011 and even 2012 to become from sub. They drop down to free-to-play, but they keep the sub option. Well, how do you keep the sub option still tantalizing? How do we get the free-to-play players to get in to actually spend money? You have a cash shop. The cash shop, how we manage that, how we balance it. And it's just been a work in progress, and especially for DC, it's been a work in progress for 8 years. In my opinion, they still don't have it right, but at least it's something, even if I have my disagreements with it. And Star Wars The Old Republic was the same way. I honestly actually hated the marketplace for Star Wars The Old Republic for the longest. I still have a little gripe with it, but it's somewhat a little better now. But
I like that I had once they started the free to play, I still subbed for a long time.
Yeah.
I got a lot of the cartel market coins, and so when I unsubbed, I was able to use my coins to buy enough of the quality of life things that matter to me. Not even have to worry about subbing again. I was just like, this is perfect. I've unlocked everything that I would want out of my experience. I'm good. I would sub again if when I get all done with the content, I want to do the next content, because one sub at the SWTOR gets you all the next expansions, and even if you unsub, you still have them unlocked. So they just kind of do.
And
all right,
and with MMOs, it's like I said, it's a genre that's changing. It's a genre that's evolving on how its direction and how it's going to go and keep its player base. It's the challenges. And World of Warcraft Classic comes out next week. I was there for Classic. I was there for Vanilla. It was not a fun time. And as much as it's a nostalgia kick, it's completely nostalgia. And the Classic server is actually becoming a real thing. It's like, that's cool, man. People are really going to have to, and these are also new players who never experienced Vanilla. And for the people who never experienced Vanilla, be fucking lucky. Like, when we hear our parents talk about, like, the bus, back in my day, I walked through the snow to get to school. I walked through hinterlands. I walked through eastern and western plague lands. I'm not doing that again. I am taking the flight, and I am done. And Classic is going to bring that nostalgia. It's going to bring that old school feel. And I don't know if the players of today are going to live through that. I don't know if it's going to stick with them because, again, gamers in the genre has changed.
Yeah, it's for people like me and you, for sure. All right, so we had a lot to say about this, and so did you. So let's try to get this knocked out quick. Raf Prime said, at CVB, think about this, though, when we were talking about the price of things. And the Batman cowl is $20 on the DCO marketplace. Snow and Lightning outfit, $15. Batman cowl, $20, $5 more. That's not that bad. That to me makes sense, I guess. It's like 15. I mean, you're talking about a whole outfit compared to a cowl, but it's a fucking Batman cowl. It's like symbolic. You know what I mean? Flip said, I kind of just want an MMO that has the environment of Guild Wars 2, the skill animation of Final Fantasy 14, and the character designs of BDO. I don't know what BDO is.
Black Desert Online.
Well, okay, gotcha. Well, I've only played 2 of those, and I haven't played Guild Wars 2 that much. So, but Final Fantasy 14 is good at animations. I need to try Black Desert Online. I haven't tried that yet.
It's free to play.
And no, that's true. And Flip said, and possibly the functionality of the mounts of WoW. You mean you like turn them on and boom, you're riding? That's something I don't know what's different about the functionality. Arwen said, Game Report CB, I just finished my first duty. He said duty. Good job though, keep it up. Rapstar's a basic ass horde of what I was saying before. I misspoke. Flip said, and there's still people that haven't played base SWTOR. To be fair, it's free to play. If you haven't played base SWTOR, go play it. It's free. It's literally just make an account, go play base SWTOR. Shit. Epilogue said, how can there be surprises when you have people who make a living data mining everything months before it comes out? It's just the times. It's not just MMOs, man. They do that with everything.
That was a big thing in World of Warcraft back in the day, and that's specifically throwing not a lot of shade, but shade to Wowhead, to Thoughtbot. Yeah, I still know Thoughtbot. And it's also throwing it to Alakazam, to MMO Champion. Like, there's a lot of data mining that does spoil things, and I completely understand that, Lurker. That is not a bad comment at all.
No. Armin said, "Wow, I mean, us Asians have been tempered with traveling way back in Ragnarok." You Asians are out of control. That's right. Raphael said, "I like to make this argument for Duty Finder, Dungeon Finder. I can queue up and get shit done. Exclamation point. While I'm waiting, I could be leveling any one of my mini crafters or gatherers." Yeah, it's true.
That speaks more in terms of the player base and how long it takes to queue.
Right. Exactly. Epic Lurker says, "Gank complete." That's when we're talking about getting ganked. Epic Lurker said, 1 p.m. need tank, 2 p.m. need tank, 3 p.m. got tank, 5 p.m. tank left, need new tank. That's how it goes.
Fair.
I know. Flip fields Trex. Can we not field Trex live, please? I'd appreciate that. Red Prime said, "My reason for not communicating too much with randos in game, like with looking for group, too many douchebags nowadays." I mean, it's not nowadays. It's always been douchebags, especially back in classic WoW days. I mean, I was one of them, to be fair. Arwen said, "To be honest, sometimes I'm the douchebag." I feel you.
So true.
Oh, got me. Rafron said, "Have to think about this too. Do you honestly think a game like Destiny, with its graphics and particle effects, is not going to crash with more than 9 to 12 people on screen at once?" I don't think it will. I mean, I guess it just depends on the engine, right?
Yeah, that deals more or less on the engine than anything. And like I said, the prettier the game, the worse the gameplay sometimes. Yeah. But I mean, Destiny 2 can be built to be more. Every game can be built to be more. It's just the limitations on, you either need to make it less pretty to make it compatible with everything else, or at that point you are looking at sacrificing graphics in order to make the player base larger. And sometimes it doesn't need to be great graphics. And I say again, fucking EverQuest. I don't like the graphics, but it's like, what, 30 goddamn years?
Yeah. He also said, even with normal MMOs with 100 people in one place, you're only going to see 40 to 50 of those people at any given time. Likely to keep your game as stable as possible.
Yeah, that's different phases. That's different everything. So, I mean, Destiny can easily do that in their open world, but they don't. Every other game can do it, but they don't.
Bro, those limps elements to lower decks are fucking rough. So I know what you're talking about. I mean, even in that, like, it's a struggle. Epilogue says 40 to 50. You described, say, 2 raid groups trolling each other in vanilla WoW in front of a world boss. Dude, yes,
he's not wrong.
No,
that was fun shit.
Yeah, Flip said, "Yeah, WoW seems more smooth, and the XY axis is seamless." Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Rapron says, "Trust me, it can't." He's referring to Destiny 2 not being able to run that many people. But I mean, if you're developing a game, you develop 2. I mean, you can still make it look good. And run. I mean, I don't know anything about games.
At that point, that's a limitation and a decision on the developers.
Right.
If the developers don't want to actually make it into a massive and have multiple people there, then that's a developer decision. And they made a conscious decision to sacrifice something to keep something else in. And the sacrifice was, in fact, where, and even the Destiny in Division 2, it's like that as well. Base games. You're sacrificing seeing multiple people on the server, seeing multiple people in your phase in order to have great graphics and stabilization. If anything, improve the stabilization, and you can make it work. It'll cost money. There's going to be something sacrificed, but I mean, not everything in Destiny 2 is very fucking pretty. I do love the graphics. Doesn't need to be so pretty. It could be a stick. Give me a stick figure boss, and we'll have some fun with things. Give me some fun mechanics.
Reptile said, "Dude, when the weapon perk in Destiny 1 consistently crashed people's game." I mean, that's the problem with the game development. I mean, it's a problem with the development of the game. That's what we just talked about. But I mean, I get what you're saying, Raph. Like, in Destiny 2's current state, I agree with you that I don't think it support an MMO status, which is why it should kind of be called something different. Is what we're talking about. So
Yeah, I do have to share this picture because it's great to end it out. So this is coming from nerfnow.com. It was in the article as well. It's how I used to play MMORPGs. You have a nice, awesome Theron Fireweaver, nice, strong name, and it's like, oh, curious piece of landscape. We'll explore it later. Exploring, giving a little story from here. It's like the Abyssals kill fishermen for sport. I need to stop them. You're giving story. What does this blue bar do? You're learning everything there. The guy from the other faction, like, is he lost? The other faction might help out a little bit. And, beautiful, detailed world. How I play MMORPGs now. RFL Wolf, ROFL Face. And
oh my god.
It's like looking at the landscape. The wiki says there's nothing in there. Ignore it. Why is this blue bar not moving? Your 2 abilities. I win macro and PvP and I win macro. The quest giver, kill 15 for quest reward. And then you have a ganker. And then of course the landscape, worth 15 silver pieces on the auction house. This picture sums up everything we talked about with MMOs. How you look at it and it's super detailed. Most people think it's convoluted, but it's super detailed, it's super thorough. But the attention span of gamers nowadays has dropped. It really has dropped. And for MMO players, they don't want all that nonsense. They don't want all that stuff. Just give it to them and let them go. And literally, kill 15 for the quest reward. Go out and handle it. That's it. There's no story involved to it. That's it. We just want to go, get it done, and we're out. It hurts. It hurts. Even though I am definitely someone who likes this, get me in, get me out, I'm out. I'm done. But moving on, I want to give a shout out to... I still haven't filled out that survey for my anniversary indie film. I wonder if I can get my perks.
You probably can.
Probably can.
Machete said, I just hear I missed everything. And hey, nerds and Trexty. Hey, Machete, you haven't missed everything. You missed most everything. But we're still here. I mean, we can talk about MMO. Yeah, we can talk about MMOs for like hours. We could talk for hours on it. So we got to move on though because Stevie B is tight. A
little bit. So this is Arwen shared this with us in the Discord. This is a Kickstarter for the Genki, the covert dock for the Nintendo Switch. This is a tactical stealth dock hidden inside a portable GAN charger. We're setting the dock free so that to any television is your playground. So what this is, guys, all right, and first off, it only wanted the goal of $50,000. It's reached over 100 mil. Okay, or I'm sorry, it reached over a mil. Sorry, I can't count. It has 24 days to go. We have the link in Discord, so come to Discord. But of course, you can literally just Google Genki covert dock for Nintendo Switch, or even go to Kickstarter.
No,
but
go to Discord.
I mean, go to Discord. It's linked in the description and also in chat. Go to the Discord for it. But it's basically a portable dock. And so this is what the dock looks like. So you have the foldable prongs that plugs into the outlet. You have the USB-C charging pad, the dock, so you can plug in a USB-C cable and boom, you're done. It has a USB 3.1 accessory port, so you can also plug in something else. But most importantly, it has the HDMI display. So as long as you have this, an HDMI cord, and even a USB-C or even a USB normal charger cable, you can take this and plug it to any TV you want. And you don't need the clunky dock or the power cord with it. Just this small little thing that fits in the size of your hand. Fits right there in the palm of your hand, just right there. And there you go. And what's also cool as well is it also has a travel version. So if it has a adapter that clicks in, it's not loose or anything. It clicks in, so you can plug it into European outlets too. What do you think, Stevie?
I think this is great for when you want to take it to. I mean, obviously, you got your dock, and you're gonna get it. And it's gonna hook up to your main TV. But like, when you want to take it over to your cousin's house, to your brother's house, to your friend's house, you just bring this with you, and you can hook it up to their TV. You just need to.
I'm using it in the hotel room all the time.
sometimes the hotel room's locked out in the HDMI cables. But that's never stopped me before because a buddy of mine, one year at Heroes Con, I think you remember this, our buddy Eric and myself, we removed the lock that was on the HDMI. and what did we hook up? I think we hooked up an Xbox One because the Xbox One had just come out. And but yeah, it's funny. But yeah, so yeah, it also one of the things at the bottom that you can add because it's a pretty decent price too. I think if you pledge $59, you get this, and for $59, it's a good deal. Because docks, I mean,
let me see. So they have
you can add an HDMI cable.
Yeah, so it's $59.99, or sorry, $59. You get the covert dock for $69. You get the dock, the USB-C cable, and the global travel adapter pack. So it works for other outlets and everything. Right.
The biggest thing for me is this USB-C cable that has the L-shaped connection. I'm sure you can get those though, but like that's a really good feature when you're using a Switch because when because I play it charged sometimes, that's a real pain in the ass.
Yep.
Like when you're trying to use it and you have that like it's coming down the middle. I don't know how to describe it. I just don't like it. But yeah, so you can get HDMI cable. But to be fair, like I mean, it's just an ultra thin HDMI cable. $12 is a decent price for an HDMI cable. You can get one on Amazon for $8-9. But
done.
You know what I mean? This still like supports them. So you know, I don't know. And a lot of people have extra HDMI cables anyway. But this is cool because like you can bring the HDMI cable with you, which is still a bit clunky. Most of the time, your friends are going to have an HDMI. It's not that bad, right? Because everybody has their Switch travel kit, right? And an HDMI cable will fit in your travel kit. So you bring your travel kit to this little thing, and then you walk around with a dock. So this is actually pretty dope. So
my travel kit doesn't fit that.
What do you mean?
Doesn't even fit my controller.
I'll have to. Well, I don't fit my controller, but it'll fit this. It'll fit. Well, they have a bigger one that'll fit a dock. But see, if you get the big one that fits the dock,
cheap.
You can put the controller where the dock goes and bring this. Boom.
There you go.
Boom. Okay. Yeah. So check that out. If you have a Switch, it's a really good deal.
Yep. I'll be pledging to this on Friday. But you got 20. We have 24 days of this as of this recording. So be sure to go over to this to back this project and get this bad boy. Its estimated delivery date will be this winter. So good job, Kinky. Thank you so much for this, and Arwin, thank you so much as well for putting it to us. Apparently from Flip, all the Nintendo kids love talking. No, Stevie B. No. No.
Okay. I just want. Okay.
And then finally, our final topic of the night, because Stevie B needs to go weeby bed by.
You see? Look at my eyes. Can you guys see that? I'm fucking. Your boy is done.
I don't look in your eyes anymore. So much
blackest eyes.
So much less than that eyes. I'm telling your wife. So
much pain. You guys heard earlier. Grown-ups come back. No, they don't. Sorry.
So I saw Game Informer trending on Twitter today, and I was like, oh no, Game Informer is trending. Why? Coming here from Game Rant from Jasmine Henry. GameStop and Game Informer hit with serious layoffs, and most of the titles from articles were like mini layoffs. And wow, so the video game retailer confirms that more than 100 people have been laid off across the retailer and the video game publication, Game Informer. GameStop had let go more than 50 managers of its retail stores earlier this month as the GameStop reboot restructuring. And so the Game Informer staff began to share the news that layoffs on social media, on Twitter. The publication's former senior editor Imran Khan, former senior associate editor Kyle Hilliard, and former associate editor Elise Favas confirmed that they have been let go as part of the layoffs. It was all over. Hold on. Former senior associate editor Jeff I'm not even going to say it, Jeff. I can't pronounce your last name. Marchett. That's all you're getting, buddy. Tweeted his dismay at finding out that he had been laid off while he's on vacation. And on Facebook, associate editor Have Gwaltney wrote, while covering Gamescom in Germany, I found
Bruh.
out I've been laid off. Oh,
Bruh.
hold on. How am I getting home?
I hope they brought him back, bro. I hope that when he bought his ticket, when they gave the tickets down.
I want to
There's
go
no
on his
way.
Facebook. I need to go on his Facebook and watch the journey if he is not coming home by Game Informer.
Bro, there's no way if he's stranded out there. I don't know, man. That would be fucking rough.
That would be so bad, but first off, it would be horrible. Then comedy gold, and then a bestseller, a best-selling book right there.
That's right. Arwen said GameStop 2.0. He was like, well, I'm done covering Gamescom. and like they're so positive about it. Like GameStop is a living meme of this right now.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never.
Yeah, dude, like that's oh man. And listen, you know, there's a lot of people out there, you guys. I know there's a lot of people. It's a constant meme on internet to like trash on GameStop. But Trex and I have a lot of really close friends that work there, and
Are they close though? Are they close?
Yeah, there's a few people that I don't talk to that much that I would that one of those friends were like, I don't see that much, but when I do, we catch up. And
oh, actually, you know what? I know one or two that are close. Yeah, I can go with that.
And like I worked at GameStop for 7 years. I was an assistant store manager on a military base.
Year and a half.
Oh, for you? I was like, no, I definitely worked there 6 years.
No, I was definitely yeah, it was me. It's like I was there for a year and a half. I got promoted and moved to a different city and state and everything.
And like my store manager was like, you know, he was there from when I was single and bullshitting to like when I had kids and got married and stuff like. So I don't talk to him that much anymore. Like he's like always going to be embedded, and like he's a regional manager right now. And luckily, I don't think he got hit by this stuff before. But it's just like just to watch it all happen. I feel bad for my peeps, man. Like I just have so many peeps, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to them. But I mean, I just have a sneaky suspicion that the next plausible step is store closings. There's because I can think of right now where I live, where my house is, there's 3 GameStops in equal distance from me. There's one that's really close, I guess, but then there's 2 that are like not that far equal distance, and it's just like if they're making these cuts and these layoffs.
Yeah, I got 2 next to me.
Yeah, they're going to be closing stores soon. It's just not going to be maintainable if things are this bad. And what I understand is that the corporate office, like if you weren't somehow bringing money in, like your job was nixed. Like, and that's really disheartening and sad. Yeah. I mean, I don't like anybody to lose their job. Everybody's like, "Oh, GameStop, it only gives me $5 for my copy of Madden 2004, bastards." You know, I get it, man. People don't like the trade value, but like, if you don't like the trade value, you don't trade your damn games. Like, I mean, I've never been a big like hater. I mean, you can work honestly, you can work the system, but I mean, you just got to know when to trade your shit in to get okay value. And you know, sell on eBay. Well, it takes too much work. Well, you know, trading for the convenience. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about people losing their jobs. That's terrible. Okay.
Yep. So yeah,
go ahead.
I was just saying, like Imran Khan, like we've a lot of the articles that we've talked about when we were starting off, coming from Game Informer, were written by him, and he was definitely great at his job, and yeah, and everyone on Twitter that were talking about this were literally really just going down memory lane. It's like, wow, this sucks. I remember getting Game Informer, getting the cheat codes from it, and I felt that everyone was seeing these layoffs as complete Game Informer is shutting down. Game Informer is not shutting down.
Yeah, that's not happening, no.
But I will say that their workforce, these are senior editors. That is a kick in the balls to Game Informer to try and keep going after this news, especially our boy Jeff, who's locked in Germany right now.
Jeff.
No, I'm
I
gonna
get an F in chat for Jeff.
press F for Jeff. No, I'm sorry, Javi. It's Javi. Sorry, Javi. I'm actually gonna go.
Right.
I'm gonna see if I can go if he has a professional Facebook, because look, he just popped up right there.
Well, that's all trending right now too. So
let's see. Son of a bitch! This guy's fucking from Bamberg. This can't be the same guy. Probably
there's no
is.
way it's the same guy.
Can't be. Nope, that's the same motherfucker. He is definitely in Germany. Wow, he's from Bamberg. See, he's from South Carolina. We can be best friends.
Wait, he's from like Bamberg is not far.
No, he's from Bamberg, South Carolina. He lives in
I know.
Minneapolis. Not completely being a creep, by the way. This is professional business.
Just so y'all know, Bamberg is like 4 houses.
Stop.
Man,
poor Javi.
I know. I got to know all the little towns around the area because I used to do home warranty repair for Dell. Like if a laptop or desktop broke and you need a part, I'd be the person that drove your house to fix it. So like, I got to know like all the little weird towns and stuff. It was interesting. Anyway, Ralph Rhyme says, enjoy Germany. Sincerely, GameStop. I have a good friend who used to work there for a while. Yeah, it's rough, man. I don't want to see anybody lose their job because everybody's like GameStop employees are buttholes, but it's like no, I know most of them are pretty dope, and I'm at least acquaintances. But at most of the GameStops around here, I'm acquaintances with a lot of people. So
yeah, man, he went to Winthrop University, graduated 2011. I'm seriously not creeping on him.
You are creep, bro.
Just a little bit. And he has a whole website. So I have to say, like, if anyone out there is needing some good game journalism and you can't hire me or Stevie B because we cost too much, Javi Gwaltney.
He's looking for something. I heard.
He's looking for work.
I heard that. I heard that somewhere. I don't know. All right. So we'll see where this GameStop things lead, and we'll see what their reboot is about, what they're going to do. If I had to guess, I think they're gonna shift and try to be like a all-in-one geek stop. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know that they're gonna test opening up like retro-only stores. Because they started hearing that. So we'll see how that goes. But I can see them being like, hey, we sell comics and magic cards and collectibles and video games. Like, come here to get all of that stuff. That's I get kind of aggravated because they mark up their stuff. Like I collect Black Series figures, man, and like Black Series figures everywhere are $20.
Why are you talking so close to the microphone?
Oh, I'm sorry. Because I'm losing it. Your boy, look. You guys, it's the time. But you're saying GameStop, they're like 22, 23. It's infuriating. So I don't ever really buy them unless they're on clearance from GameStop. So I don't know. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what GameStop 2.0 brings. And hopefully I'm wrong and there's no store closings and they reboot and everything's fine.
Maybe. I mean, what we need now was the perfect opportunity is for Walmart to come in and get all the new video games. Yeah, but then we won't be able to see any of the violent games that they can sell them. We just won't market them. Walmart, this is your chance.
You can't look at them, but you can buy a gun, buy some ammo for your gun.
How awesome would it be if like EB Games rose from the dead from this?
I mean, GameStop and EB are pretty much the same thing. Like
they are, but EB was still better customer service.
I think it all depends on the store.
It does. It completely does.
Same thing with GameStop. Like
I mean, hey, Best Buy. I mean, you got room. Because you don't do.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of merger or something. Not necessarily with Best Buy, but like with another company or something like that. That like just kind of happens. So it'll be interesting what happens. So
something's gotta give. At this point, I think the last game I bought from GameStop was in fact my wrestling game, and that's it. And that was
the last game that I bought from GameStop, I gave them 200 smackaroos because it was the only place that I could get the Resident Evil 2 Collector's Edition here in the States. So,
yep. Walmart does not sell grenade launchers. Maybe in Alabama.
Maybe.
All right, so that is all the news that we got. I know we went really long, but that's okay because we are passionate about our secondhand game journalism.
That's right. All right, and so again, this is where I talk about again at the end. If you made it this far and you're on YouTube, man, come watch us live on twitch.tv/nerds of the APOC. You saw how much trash these people talk to us, and we just let them. So come on, we'll have some fun. We'll talk some games. It'll be a great time. Twitch.tv/nerds of the APOC. How many times am I going to say it? One more. Twitch.tv/nerds of the APOC. It's right there on the screen, or it will be when you're watching on YouTube. So there you go.
Will it though?
We appreciate everybody coming out. Yeah, well, I do that. I've been doing that. We'll
oh, that's why it looks tacky as shit. Gotcha.
Go fuck yourself. So tomorrow we'll be back live. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to be playing. I think aRE is going to try her hand at some kind of indie game, possibly, or we'll be back on Final Fantasy. So one of those two things are going to happen. I think she's going to try something new, though. I think we're going to need a game, and we're going to play Final Fantasy on Friday. And, of course, Thursday nights, we don't stream because we're busy putting experience in the family skill tree. It's got to be done. We got to level those up because if you don't level that up, everything else gets, really bad. So
I don't have that expansion yet.
Not yet. You will, maybe, one day. We'll see. So watch us. We'll be back tomorrow at 9:30. When aRE will be playing something, and I'll probably be talking shit to her while she does it.
And I'll be over at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TrexLight, to be playing DCUO because we have a new loot box. I know, calm down, folks. We have a new time capsule.
I just joked.
I know. We have a new time capsule being released or looked at tomorrow, and then of course we have a look at the newest episode, which is featuring the Batman Who Laughs, going into the Metal universe on Friday. So we'll be talking a lot about DCUO on Wednesday over at my channel, and of course Thursday and Friday as well. But of course, you guys can follow me over on Twitter at ThisIsTrex and Facebook.com/TrexLight, and of course follow the Twitch because I'm going to say it one more time as well. Twitch.tv/TrexLight. That's T-Rex and light like the light bulb. Ding,
ding. And I am at Stevie B 5986 on Twitter. We are, well, you obviously know the Twitch channel because if you're on YouTube, I've said it a million times, and if you're here, you're here, and that's that. We're also on YouTube. Just search for Nerds of the APOC on YouTube. Got a lot of good panels from Soda City Comic Con. We got some good interviews with Kevin Conroy and our girl Susan. We just call her Susan now. Okay, that's how tight we are. We're on a first name basis with Susan. Okay, we're on a first name basis.
Wait. Are you though?
By proxy, okay. We're on a first name basis with Wonder Woman. So check those out. Both those interviews are live, and the rest of the panels will be coming out in the next couple of days and releasing 3 a day. Hopefully, I won't mess up the release again, so they'll all be posted.
Nah,
Follow
you're
us
human.
on Facebook. I know. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Calm down.
So search for us on Facebook, Nerds of the Apocalypse, and those are getting posted there daily at 9, 1, and 5. And that's really it. I don't think we have anything else to talk about.
That's it. We'll see you guys next week at 9:30 p.m. Eastern here at twitch.tv/Nerds of the Apocalypse for your gaming news report for the past week. So anything new coming out this week, especially from Gamescom, we'll do a recap show next Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern. Twitch.tv/Nerds of the Apocalypse. And with that, are we out?
We're Nerds of the Apocalypse, and we're out.
So that Sony thing, huh?
Bro, the Spider-Man thing.
I tell you what, man.
It's I just think that's Sony's whipping his wiener out, right? Like they've already said that, like it's just over a producer credit, like it's not 100% like over with it. And they've got 2 more movies with Tom Holland, like on the books, like he's signed, like Homecoming was so based around Iron Man, even though Iron Man wasn't in it, obviously. It was so based around his mythology and stuff. Like you can't just be like, all right, here's the next one with none of that. Like,
oh, they'll do it. What is this? What would be the 4th reboot?
Dude, I don't know. You got Tom Holland for 2, and of course they could just like not do it. That's the thing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like they had Toby for a 4th, but they were like, nah, dog, never mind. And I don't know. See, another part of me thinks that they could just start a Spider-Verse story and then like it not matter anymore, like what goes on in the main MCU, because they could just keep telling a Spider story. Because with the popularity of the animated one, they'd be dumb not to jump into a live action version of that. So I think we'll see a live action Spider-Man, live action Miles Morales. So they might just be like, okay, well, we're gonna do the Spider-Verse from here on in. And then you don't really need that anymore, right? Like you just have him. You make the next 2 Tom Holland movies be Spider-Verse and see what happens.
We could think about it.
I don't know. There's a lot of things, but I think that it's not going to be a thing, right? I think that they're going to figure it out because the fan backlash today has been.
It's been hilarious, but yeah,
pretty ridiculous. So
I'm just waiting for Sony just to say no to everything and then see Marvel shut out Spider-Man like they shut out X-Men and Fantastic Four.
They didn't shut out X-Men. That didn't happen.
Yeah, they got bad though. It was not good shit.
Because X-Men makes too much money, man. And Spider-Man makes way too much money.
Nah, they're gonna give the Fantastic Four treatment. It's like, all right, we're done. We told enough stories.
Bro, there's no way. See, the difference between Fantastic Four and Spider-Man is Fantastic Four wasn't selling, so they were like, "Fuck it, we're not gonna do it." Spider-Man is one of the best-selling books every month, so it's hard not to.
It's all right.
I mean, your opinion of the quality is whatever. I mean, the fact is, it's Marvel's bestseller. Same with the X-Men.
Go ahead and just give me superior Spider-Man. That's all. That's all Daddy wants.
Well, we get into the Spider-Verse, you might get that.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Oh, love you.